All right, test mic. All right, good morning, everyone. It's April 8, 2025. We have been seeing a bounce in the market, yeah, today, which is a good thing because we have definitely a big pullback for the past 3 days. So now that bounce is had created $19.35 above the opening price. So SPY very strong today, up by 3.8%. We're also looking at Rivian. Not a lot of volume today. It's just up by 6.2%. Tesla is up by $13.70. We are also doing some swing trades in Tesla. We saw the potential yesterday with this huge move. So yeah, we bought some shares for swing for Tesla. Nvidia also a good gap up by $7 now. Pre-market low here at 98 with a pre-market high of 104. It is 10:07, so we do have to consider that we are heading to that time of, we're done with the opening range breakout strategy. So now let's see what the market is going to give us, either a pullback, an opportunity to the long, or if it's too weak, then we can short some stuff. So looking at SPY here, so let's see, SPY encountered that resistance at 524.25. and that level there is 2 days high of this candlestick. Not a lot of volume when it's pushing up. We could have reached that potential pullback, 524 there. Let's look at the volume bar. So volume bar here, not a lot of volume as well, just consolidating. So let's look for an easier trade. Apple is an inside bar, inside of yesterday. Pre-market low here is at 182 with a pre-market high of 187. Looking at SPY again, not a lot of volume bar here when we're pushing. We started a small position here, options trade to the long. Adding to that position, long SPY via 524 call. So the way you trade an options trade is you base it, of course, from the move of the stocks, and then from that move, then you make your trade. So SPY now is at 524, hence our call trade here is looking nice. Rejection there at SPY of 524.25. There is a lot of resistance at 524.25. We have touched that level earlier. So looking at the tape here, tape is having a pullback. We're now seeing prints of 523.27. Big order there at 520.16. So that's very bearish. $23. So looking at the prints here, we are encountering that strong resistance at 523. This is the best time to be a day trader. The volatility is just amazing. The move, so 523.66, 67. We're now having that support at 523.20. Looking at 5 minutes here, big rejection there at 25. Okay, Doji, signs of indecision. We're now below 523. Apple also having a pullback. And what is Tesla doing? So we're just waiting for that leg up for SPY. SPY is, really strong. SPY is, all right, here's the thing, let's see. 523.77. We're waiting for that test of high, 524.50. 67. Back at resistance at 523.91. Look at that volatility here. 27.5 million actively being traded. Wow. And when that's how volatile SPY is, it's the best ETF to trade. So 523.50, resistance there again. Let's look at the 15 minutes. Those support just keeps getting bought. So that's the 523 big order sitting right there at the ask. Very bullish. 29. So we're back at 75. Yeah, this is gonna retest 524. Support at 523.80s. 90, there you go, 524. Prince of 524 there. Immediately got rejected. 67. What is Apple is creating a new high of the day. What else is moving? Tesla is about to retest the high of the day as well. Here's the move that we're waiting for. Retesting again for SPY. SPY is about to have that 524 move that we're waiting for, and SPY just retested the high of the day. Rejection at 524.43. That's the high of the day. Five minutes looking bearish now. Have a rejection there. Let's see if that support can be respected. 5 minutes. First red candle on the 5 minutes. Five minutes here. This is a good place to short here now at 524.43. But let's see if this one will squeeze the shorts. Yeah, just very strong. Here we go. All right, so created a new high of the day. Rejection again. We're waiting for that 48 to be broken. There you go. Perfect. Taking some partial now. 29. Took some partial again. Waiting for another leg up. Took some partial. Wow, that one was a squeeze. Now it's time to have our stop loss all the way behind that squeeze. Wow, so that's it. Look at this squeeze right here. So what happened here was you have the high of the day here. There are a lot of short sellers, but short sellers got squeezed. They needed to cover, so boom, there was a pop. So that pop is from 524, 524.96. So yeah, that's pretty much it. This one can be a short now, but we'll call it a day. So we had one easy trade for the day, and yeah, sorry about that. We are a bit late today. Just taking care of some stuff, but this is the type of day that we like. We like a one and done day. So, and that's what we did. So one and done. We did long SPY via options call, and looks like SPY still has some room to go here. Not surprised at all, just because SPY as well as the whole stock market had been beaten down for the last couple of weeks. So a little bit of a bounce is kind of expected. So that's what we did. So we opened our computer today almost 10, and so we're done trading less than 20 minutes, and we'll call it a day. So 2600 there. So what did we do? So we did an options trade for SPY. We saw the potential for SPY for a long, just because of how strong the SPY is. So the way that we trade that is you go for turn off your pre-market data, so you get to see a huge gap up. That huge gap up will tell you what is your bias for today. Huge gap up is already screaming at your face that I am strong today. So do not short me, but do a long. And look at the daily. Daily, we had that massive sell-off for a couple of weeks, even about to enter bear market territory. Then a huge gap up today, and that's enough for us to, make that profit for the day, trading less than 20 minutes. So once we saw the huge potential and the huge gap up here, we were long bias. So since we opened the computer around 10, the easy move, which is an opening range breakout here, as well as the VWAP, it's already done. So what are we trying to do now? Trying to do is the strategy of doing long at a pullback. Sorry, I'm still looking at this one, it's still moving up. So a strategy is doing long at a pullback and seeing if it will create a new high of the day, which it did. So we opened at the computer at 10, and at that time it is about to test the high of the day. So we were long bias already on SPY, and if we are long bias on SPY, then buying a call on SPY is the same as being long bias to SPY. So this is 524 call on SPY, expires today, and that's a good thing about 0 DTE or 0 day to expiration is they're cheap compared to the one that expires, Friday or next month. So what we did was we started to build up a position. So started a position and then building up to that position. Now the good thing about options trade is, let's see, the lowest that we got it here is 385 all the way to 444. With that very small move, we were able to be done with our trade for the day and capture 2600, just because every time you buy contract, you always have to multiply it to 100. Now, the thing about options is you can make a lot of money, but also you can lose a lot of money because of the risk is there, the opportunity is there definitely. But if you have a very solid foundation on day trading, as well as that three-legged stool that we always teach in our class, which is your risk management, your strategy, and your psychology, then apply that to options trading and you have that edge. So as long as you always respect that, especially your stop loss, then you can mitigate the loss by having a very tight stop loss as well as managing your risk size. So that's what we did today. So yeah, we'll make it a short video today, and also, it's just nice that at least the market is seeing a little bit of a bounce. Now, how much of a bounce can we see? We still have that tariff that's ongoing, so it could be a while. It can even retest even the low of this candlestick again. There's no guarantee that this is, a V reversal happening. This can just consolidate. What we get to see is, just having the edge. So I always have this lists in my market view. This is what I call an offensive, defensive, thematic. So for the offense, when this ETF are green, you can already tell that we are very bullish. The stock market is strong. And then this ETF, that includes the VIX, or the fear. If this one is the one that's leading, meaning it is the one that is higher compared to the offensive side, and that's the time for me to slow it down and basically look for an opportunity to short. So since we have this XLK, XLY arc that are, look at this, up by more than 4%, even 5% here, you can already say and tell that the stock market is very hot today for a bullish side. That's why we were able to have that confidence that it's worth trying to buy call options on SPY that expires today, and just being there for less than 20 minutes and we're done with our day. So with that, I hope you guys had a green trading day, and I hope you guys had got something out of this trade. I know we started a little bit late today. Apologies for that. Just doing some personal stuff on the side, but we do live trade every Tuesday, so please tune in again Tuesday 9:30 next week. And if you guys have any questions on how to day trade for a living, please feel free to check our website out. It's called eCourse Unlocked, and in that website you'll see what we're up to, the strategies that we do, the classes that we do, as well as some freebies there, which is that PDF form that you can download for free and check whether that strategy can help your trading strategy, because as a community we're here to help navigate this uncharted territory. Now that tariff is on the rise, the news about are we going to a bear market or are we going for a bounce? The good thing about day traders are we are not bound to any of those news. We just ride the waves, and to be honest, that wave that's happening now is the best wave that a day trader can ride. So nothing against, of course, don't look at your long-term portfolio because it's not good. Everybody's long-term portfolio is suffering, but as long as you keep it there and this is like in hindsight, 10, 20 years from now, this is just that little blip. But for a day trader, we maximize our returns by riding those volatility, those waves. So I hope you guys got something from this, and we'll see you guys again next Tuesday. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now. Now the list can go on and on. What's the common denominator here? All of this require time. And if we will spend 90,000 hours at work, which is the average number of hours a person works in their lifetime, then who has the time to do all this? 24 hours in a day isn't coming to an end. 24 hours is all that we're going to get. Now, wish you could have more time so you can focus on what matters most. What would you do if you have more time in your hand? What would you do if money is not the driving force for you to work? What if you have to get up in the morning, not because you have to clock in at work? What if you have to roll out of your bed to do what you love to do? For instance, for you to travel, spend time with your loved one, follow your passion, maybe do a volunteer work. Did you ever dream of reclaiming more time in a day, or ever wanted to start your own business so you can experience more autonomy, not having to report to a boss, and having the liberty to make your own decision or your own schedule? And I am not talking about retirement. Every day, we get a fresh 24 hours to make that decision on how we would spend that 24 hours. Every day, we are in a crossroad. Our decision will determine our future. In day trading, you can reclaim more time from your day by cutting the working hours to less than 10 hours per week, so you can focus on what matters most. Because honestly, for some, that 10 hours is only their commute time per week to work. After all, we all have seen this ad before. So reclaim more time through day trading so you can focus on what matters most. After all, we are all in a borrowed time, so make it count. Click the link below to learn